Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Emily. I love DIY projects, thrifting, and really all things crafting. Today's video are fall inspired thrift flips. So most of these items are items that I got from the thrift store recently, and they are in recent hauls. And there's one item that I'm going to be flipping. It's actually like a reflip. So one of the first videos I did on YouTube was flipping one of these items, and I'm actually going to flip it again. So I will put all those videos in the description for you. So after this video, you can go watch them. Let me know, especially for the flip one, which one is your favorite. And I am currently prepping for Hurricane Ian. If you don't know, I live in Florida. So I am trying to squeeze in editing while also prepping for the hurricane. So let's get started on these thrift flips. For this project, I'm going to be using this frame that I got from Hobby Lobby several years ago, and I have had it set aside for a while, and I finally figured out what I was going to do with it, and this is what I came up with. So this burlap fabric, I actually found at the thrift store a while ago, and I grabbed it. It was like $1, and I knew I could use it for something. And again, I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but I finally figured it out. So I just traced the backing of, I ultimately end up tracing out the backing of the picture frame with this burlap so it fits. And I attach the burlap to the backing with hot glue. A glue stick would probably work just as well, but the hot glue worked perfect, and I am going to use scrap pieces of iron-on vinyl for my pumpkins that I'm going to put onto this burlap. So I'm trying to go through as much of my stash as possible. If you don't have a Cricut machine, then you can still do this project if you have stickers that you like, or if you have certain cardstock that you really like and there's an image that you want to use that you have, that right size for, then that would work perfect as well, because you can just glue the cardstock or attach the stickers onto this burlap as well. So I grabbed these images from Cricut Design Space. They were free pumpkin images. And like I said, these were scrap iron-on vinyl pieces that I had. And I'm using my mini press to apply the heat onto the iron-on vinyl. And I did notice that certain vinyl, so like the orange one, came off a lot easier than the patterned ones. And I forgot that when you're using iron-on vinyl, different brands react differently with the heat. So some of them you can remove the transfer or paper or film, excuse me, like right after you apply the heat. Some you have to wait for it to cool down. So that is what I'm messing with here, is trying to make sure everything is pressed in properly, and then I have to wait to pull the transfer off. So I give one last pass with the parchment just to make sure everything is attached, and then I just, put this back into the picture frame, and this project is done. You have to let me know what you guys think of it. In a recent thrift haul video, I thrifted this bundt pan, and I knew exactly what I was going to do with it, and I was so excited to finally do this project. So I'm using the Rust-Oleum spray paint. I believe it was rusted orange or rustic orange. It's a beautiful orange color, but it was kind of flat. So I decided to do a layer of the pumpkin chalk paint by Waverly. I think it's pumpkin. I can't remember the name of it now, but this orange one from Waverly. And I just do one coat just to add that more of a matte finish versus like that flat shiny finish that the spray paint had. And then from there, I decided that it needed a little extra something to help bring out the pattern in it. So I'm just taking brown acrylic paint, and with an old chip brush that I have, I just am applying it all over the bundt pan and rubbing it out so it's not so streaky. It's more smooth looking, and it just added that extra depth that I was looking for in this piece. Um, I was trying to figure out how I was going to attach everything in the middle, and I remembered that I had this styrofoam. I I hate cutting the styrofoam. It makes a mess and it has like this really weird sound when you cut it. I don't know if is that just me? Anyone else cringe when they have to cut that styrofoam stuff up? Anyways, I had this stick from my yard and I just attach it with hot glue into the styrofoam. And then from here, I just had fun looking at all of the florals that I had in my stash. And I end up settling on the lamb's ear. And I think I used some of these fall leaves that I got from Hobby Lobby. The lamb's ear I had forever, and I'm pretty sure I got those from Walmart. Pretty sure it was from Walmart. Um, so I just had fun trying to figure out the placement of everything and where I wanted everything to go. For the lamb's ear, I didn't use hot glue, but for the fall leaves I did just because I couldn't secure them into the styrofoam. And I also add the like the white berry wire berry um, that I have right here that I got from Hobby Lobby. I loved using this fall season, and I'm going to make sure I get some more. So because of the wire, I just was able to shape it with an extra twig so that I could get that nice curly Q that I was looking for. And I want to apologize. I do not have a good picture of this because I was so excited and I put it into my booth before I was able to take a picture. So I will show you the picture that I do have, but I hope you guys enjoy this one. On that same thrift haul video that I did with the bundt pan, I also grabbed these Jello molds. I'm pretty sure they're Jello molds. And I also wanted to try and turn these into pumpkins. So I was kind of worried how like the paint would stick to these, considering the other bundt pan I did spray paint first. So I spray painted this first one with just a green chalk paint that I had, and I really liked that color, but I wanted to do a lighter green. So I end up using, I believe this is Moss chalk paint by Waverly, and I love how that turned out. And for this other one, I did not end up spraying it like I thought I was going to, and I just did acrylic paint. And I did have a few issues with this acrylic paint adhering to this bundt pan. I had to do like 2 or 3 coats and make sure it was like thoroughly dry in between. So once everything was dry and I clear coated them with just Rust-Oleum clear coat, I found these wood pieces in my stash, and I don't remember where they came from. I've had them for over a year though, and I thought they would make the cutest little stem for my pumpkin. So I just used E6000 and hot glue to attach it. And again, I just had fun. I tried to go a little bit more simple with these versus using a whole bunch of leaves like I did with the other one. And like I said, I stayed simple. So for this one, I really loved the look of it and like how the muted green played with the white of the pip berries. And um, I just I'm pretty sure that these pumpkins right here are my favorite project that I have done for this video, but also I think for all of my fall DIYs I've done so far. I kind of want to keep them for myself, but I'm going to be putting them in my booth as well if I can part with them. So you guys are going to have to let me know which ones you like better. Do you like these Jello mold pumpkins, or do you like the Bundt pan pumpkin better? I'm torn, but I'm pretty sure these are my favorite. And again, I just had so much fun decorating these. And these burlap leaves that I got from Hobby Lobby are amazing because they have the wire in them. Ugh. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one too. So for this project, I am using this vase that I thrifted, shoot, probably a couple years ago. And I tried doing a DIY on this a while ago as well. Did not like it, and I had it in the pile to get rid of. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try one more one more flip with this. So I decided, because it already had the textured chalk paint on it from my last DIY, it already had that texture. So instead of trying to add more texture to it, I just painted it all black. I did the ink color by Waverly. I love that black chalk paint so much. And I was like, I think it needs a little something extra with this texture. So I did one clear coat using Big Top because I'm going to be using wax on top of it. And I didn't want the wax to potentially pull up the ink. So that's why I'm sealing this in now. So I'm trying the Dixie Belle Best Dang brown wax. A viewer had told me that she uses the brown wax and really likes it. So I went out and I bought it so that I could try. And I have to say, I really love it too. Um, so at first I was just going to kind of try and do it like towards the bottom and kind of work like halfway up. But I loved how rich it made this vase. So I ended up just applying the wax all over the entire vase, and then I just wiped it off with a paper towel. And I'm trying to show the difference. Like, that's the side with just the black, and that's the side with the brown wax on it. And I guess you can tell better in person than on camera, but that brown wax just, like I said, just richened up that vase so much. And I ran out of styrofoam for this project, so I'm gonna have to put styrofoam in it in the vase, but I put these picks from Hobby Lobby in there, and I really loved how it played with the brown and the black in the vase. It's a very a moody piece, which I'm really digging. So like I said, I need to add styrofoam to it, which I'm going to do, and I wanted to add just one more thing, like take it up just a little bit further. So I added this it's like the faux leather wording from the Dollar Tree. I added that to this to the leaf, the burlap leaf, and I just attached it to the greenery so it hangs on the side. So you'll have to let me know, do you like this piece with or without that touch of the leaf with the word grateful on it? Let me know. I'm not sure which I like better. All right, so for our last project, this is a reflip of an original flip. So if you guys are original to my channel, first of all, thank you so much. And if you remember this video, can you please leave a heart emoji in the comments? So this was one of my first videos that I did, and I flipped this like old picture frame piece into a tray, and I used transfers for the first time. Well, it never sold in the craft fairs that I had, so I decided to redo it. And I'm loving this like dark green color that's kind of trendy right now, and I decided to try that on this tray. So I sanded down the transfers because I wasn't sure if you'd be able to see the transfer through this, and you couldn't. So, like I said, I sanded it down and I mixed um, two colors by Dixie Belle, Kudzu Green and then Midnight Sky, to get this beautiful green. And I did two coats. Once they were fully dry, I sealed it with Big Top, and I decided to seal it first because I am going to be doing a green sack stripe on here. So I did not want any paint to peel up by adding the painter's tape to this piece. So once that clear coat was fully dry, I then try to make my green sack stripe. And I have tried to explain this on my channel before how I do it. I just kind of wing it as I go. So I had like the 2-inch painter's tape, which I put right in the middle. And then I just took, I think this is an inch or an inch and a half painter's tape. And I did it on either side so that I could remove the 2-inch tape to paint my big thick stripe, which I'm doing with the Ink by Waverly chalk paint. So I get that. I only need one coat because of how good of a coverage the ink is. I'm sure I've said this many times on my videos, how well I think the coverage is. So I pull up the painter's tape. I let that fully dry because I need to put painter's tape on top of that strip. So I took the 2-inch painter's tape, and I made sure that I put it like, evenly on that middle strip. And then I left a little gap and I did my 1-inch piece of painter's tape so that I could get the thin stripe, as you can see here. You can probably see what I'm doing better than how I'm explaining it. So sorry guys. But I peeled off the painter's tape. I had crisp lines. I did not have to do any touch-ups. I let everything fully dry, and I did another layer of the Big Top, and this one is good to go. Again, I forgot to get a picture, so I'm sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoyed these thrift flips. Please let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. I'm really sorry that I didn't get really good photos of some of the items. I was so excited to get them done and to get them in my booth that I forgot to take staged photos before I brought them down there. So like I said, I really hope you enjoyed them. And if you enjoyed this video and you're looking forward to more DIY projects, fall inspired, Christmas inspired, or just everyday home decor DIY projects, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I will see y'all in my next video, and I'm going to go and continue to prepare for this hurricane that's coming for us. So have a great day. Bye guys.